Good morning. I'm Howie Knox. I'm 97 years old. I live at Cedar Ridge in West Bend, and I sing in the choir there and a number of musical organizations, but I also play with the Irregulars band in the city of West Bend and the German band, the Blaskapelle. I play E-flat horn in that band, but I find myself very busy with music, and that's my life feeling. I love music. The bugle I have was given to me in 1930. I was 10 years old. And he was my scoutmaster, and he used the bugle in World War I. And so he gave it to me because his son didn't want to play the bugle. And I did. He says, from here on you are a Boy Scout bugler for the troop, for the Cub Scouts. And then when I was 12 years old, I became a Boy Scout. That made me eligible for the Milwaukee Boy Scout Drum and Bugle Corps, my bugle. And that took me until I went to Madison, Wisconsin, where I played in the university band a couple years. I was a senior on December 7th, 1941. I had a good girlfriend, and I had in my hand I had my letter from President Roosevelt. He says, Howie, I can't do this thing alone. You're in. Report in, please. So I reported in, but I joined the Navy. So I was reporting in. I joined the Navy 2 days after Pearl Harbor, and I qualified then for midshipman school. I was a senior, and the Navy takes only graduates for midshipman school. So I started midshipman school the following 1942 in September. And I went through midshipman school, became an ensign. Then I had a special training and opportunity to go to diesel engineering because I had some engineering in my curriculum with the College of Agriculture. And so I went to engineering school at North Carolina State University, and then I reported to a fleet tug, the ATF, Auxiliary Towing Fleet, ATF 92, that was my number of my ship. We were being put into commission at Portland, Oregon, where I reported to the ship. And in October, we left the States in time for the Battle of Tarawa. At the Battle of Tarawa, we had been equipped with anti-submarine gear. We could drop depth charges. So we circled the island along with several destroyers. This was after the second day of, we didn't get there for the first day, but we were guarding the island from possible Japanese submarines because they were raising havoc with our shipping too. After two days or so, we moved with a few other people from the fleet. I moved up to Kwajalein. At the end of January, Admiral Nimitz had decided to invade Kwajalein, the biggest fortress on the eastern Pacific Ocean that the Japanese had built. No, they claimed nobody could beat us there at that fortress. We got to Kwajalein, but by that time, of course, there were no Japanese there. Halsey had chased them away. And so we were there with the assembling fleet. Admiral Nimitz had 250 Navy ships, invasion ships and everything, ready to go for Kwajalein. We were placed at the opening to the lagoon, just a narrow space where all ship had to go through that to get inside the lagoon. 6 o'clock on D-Day. The Admiral commanded us, Tawasa, sweep the lagoon. In other words, Did the Japs leave mines? Find out. We were equipped with fine mine gear. So we did the whole circle around, and the invasion forces followed us in. We went around the lagoon right in front of the fortress, 50, 100 yards off the beach. And the rest of the followed us in. 3 LSTs were loaded with CBs and followed us. But they went on down the beach a little ways and rammed themselves up onto the beach, loaded with airport equipment. And by noon they had that airport ready for flights. They started scheduling flights in and out of Kwajalein Airport. The Seabees are the great people of World War II. Greatest admiration for them. So we waited if we could be of further help. But then 2 of the 3 LSTs couldn't get off the beach. One of them did. They have 2 little screws on the back end of their LSTs. And the first one got off okay. The other 2 could not get off the beach. Tawasa is the name of our ship, an Indian name. Take care of the LSTs. So they were hitting the beach, and we were pulling the LSTs off the beach because all their stuff was on the airport already. And so we pulled the other 2 off, one and then the other, pulled them off, and they left and they headed for home. In the meantime, the transports came in with a couple thousand New York 27th made the initial landing. But as they lined up their boats, we were on the outside of the lagoon and watching this second backup to the signal ship. The signal ship was inside the lagoon and had a high flag. And we were just outside the lagoon, just in case they were blown out of the water or something. Our opportunity would be to serve in that way. In the meantime, the battleship Mississippi pulled up right behind us. And the skipper of the Mississippi said, Tawasa, show us into the shoreline. And of course, we were some 50 feet deep, on an atoll. On the outside of the atoll, it goes down very fast. And so how close could they get to the landings? And so we gave them the depth. Our sonar man called to me, I'm way up on the top of my ship, so I could see spikes of reef. And I relayed then to the skipper of the battleship. Actually, the nose of the battleship was right up against our back end, following us in 38 feet, 36 feet, 34 feet. And when we got to 28 feet, he yelled at us, clear the range, get the heck out of the way. And did we get out of there because they let 9 14-inch guns all of a sudden, boom. And those shells went right over our fantail. And I could see every one of those shells go down the beach, boom, 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 right down the length of the fortress. And every one of them was 14-inch shell, and all the garbage went flying. And the guys on the first wave were hitting the beach. And as they hit the beach, the stuff was still settling down. Then the second wave, and we came back to watch and make sure that they had the signal from the other boat. But anyway, that's what we did at Kwajalein.